So the saga of Hassan Piker taking nothing but L's continues. So recently, a man who was in the US illegally and was using his platform to organize people for the purpose of violent protest, i.e., rioting, was picked up by the police and sent on his way. They got rid of him. This is a good thing by every metric. I'm sure every single person in the world agrees. However, Hasan disagrees. Hasan thinks that this was a bad thing, in fact. Hasan doesn't believe that if somebody comes to your house, starts breaking your house rules, starts creating trouble, starts, making people feel unsafe, Hasan believes you do not have the right to kick that person out. And of course, this is a stupid opinion to have, but he has decided that...
It's crazy, Tom. People...
Shut up. He has decided that he is going to spend some time trying to leech views off of the #1 political content creator on the platform right now, Asmongold. And so, we are going to sit here, and we're going to laugh as Asmongold molests this man about, the fact that he took Asmongold's point and hyperbolized it, and then attacked the hyperbole. All Hasan does is strawman people. He doesn't make any real points. So let's see what Asmongold has to say about it.
What's this here, Hasan? Why do people spam me about Hasan? Why are people spamming about Hasan?
Because he wants to argue.
I saw people are saying he was watching one of my videos. What is it now?
Hasan wants to debate him at this point.
Yeah, what is this,
when
Twitter?
He finds out.
Let me see. I can pull up Twitter.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Hasan. Pause, misunderstood the argument, open to clarification. He wants to talk about this.
I do love how Hasan does this. Like, somebody says, I think that if you're a violent criminal, you should be removed from the country. And he says, oh, so all criminals need to be removed? So what, you don't think people have a right to be in the country? And it's like, well no, they don't. Like, he will hyperbolize your point, say it like it's ridiculous, and they go, huh? It's like, yes. Like, yeah, if you're illegally in the country and you're committing crimes, you should be removed. Everybody agrees with this. Everybody thinks this. All right? You wouldn't let a random violent person break into your house and then just stay there, right? You'd call the cops. So why does the country have to be different? It's a person from another country who came to your country illegally and is now committing crimes. And not just committing crimes, incentivizing others to also commit crimes. So what game are we supposed to be playing here?
The problem is that I don't want to engage with Hasan
because Hasan isn't worth engaging with.
He openly creates, like, if you look at this right here, this is just generally the way it is. I found that, like, debating things and, like, arguing with people doesn't really help. It doesn't convince anybody or anything like that.
Of course not.
You are beginning your criticism of me with a caricature of what my point of view is.
What the fuck? Asmongold thinks it's a violation of free speech when devs make video game boobs smaller. What a retard. I'm sorry, Hasan. You're retarded. You're retarded. Cenk is ashamed of you. Everybody who's ever educated you on how to debate, on how to have conversations, is ashamed of you. Because how can you even think that this is what Asmongold's opinion is? It's clearly not. What a retard. I'm sorry. What a goddamn retard. And I say that as in his fucking brain is undeveloped.
Why would I engage with somebody that is intentionally being dishonest?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
When DHS openly kidnaps a green card holder for being pro-Palestine, that's not what happened. He didn't get kidnapped. He got arrested. And it wasn't for being pro-Palestine. It was for incentivizing riots. So, yeah. Like, the First Amendment does not actually... The First Amendment in the United States does not actually protect you from calls to action and actual actions.
Of course I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, fuck them.
And also, I think that he's making a mistake by being like as extreme about this and being as like as wild about this. This is a person that is in the country on a green card, and there are restrictions for people that are on a green card. These are stated. He violated those restrictions,
He's out.
and I support the restrictions. And I don't want people who aren't citizens to come into the country and support terrorist groups. If Hasan wants people who are not citizens to come into the country and support terrorist groups, then that's his own prerogative, but I disagree with it. That's it.
Imagine the Roach Lord himself is more eloquent than Hasanabi. But let's continue watching this, because he's going to go into further detail about Mahmoud and the situation. So, now I think these are the rules for the green card, I think.
Get him the hell out. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy this even needs to be said. Well, it does. And I think that, like, really the problem is that this level of extremism is detrimental to, I think, that the cause that Hasan supports, and I think is a noble cause for a lot of the Palestinians who have been displaced.
Well, no. Because, see, there's a difference, right? Because, and this is something it's important to keep in mind. Hasan isn't pro-Palestine. He's not. If Hasan was pro-Palestine, he would argue against specific crimes that the IDF might have committed. He would argue against, the mistreatment of their citizens. He would argue for peace. He does not. Hasan argues for the elimination of Israel as a state. What he doesn't tell you is that the elimination of Israel as a state, as stated by Hamas, which is who he associates with more so than the Palestinian people, doesn't just mean, Israel stops being a state and these people go somewhere else. That is their land. That is where those people are native from. A lot of those people were born there. They don't have citizenship somewhere else. They don't have any of that. I need to stop looking at this screen. They don't have citizenship anywhere else. They are from that place. And in fact, Israel is the home country of the Jewish people. It's just, that's just the way it was. That's where it was born. Any claim that the Muslim people have to nativity from Israel and Jerusalem comes from the fact that that's where the Jewish faith was born, because the Jewish faith later gave birth to Christianity and the Muslim faith. So that's why they think that. And they want that area. And so they declared war on Israel. Now Israel's more powerful, and so Israel became the dominant figure in this war that has been going on for, ever since the Jews went back there after World War II with the help of Europe and the United States. Hamas doesn't just want that land back. Hamas wants to wipe out Jews. That's what Hasan has associated himself with. Hasan isn't pro-Palestine. Hasan is anti-Israel. And Hasan is anti-Israel because he's anti-America. That's why he supports this person being in the country, giving support to terrorist groups, associating with criminals, and, inciting riots. That's why he's pro this person.
And have had their lives ruined. And I think that Hasan is doing a disservice to them by trying to take a person who is viewing a terrorist organization as a good thing, and they're looking at this person as if they're worthy.
But notice how, and by the way, the idea that Hasan doesn't know what he's talking about is ridiculous, right? Like, he does research, he has resources, he's a fucking millionaire, all right? He can pay someone to look into this stuff for him, right? He can pay multiple someones. So the idea that he doesn't know, ridiculous. He knows. And if he doesn't know, he should shut the fuck up and get off the platform. That's it. These are the two options. Either stupidity and therefore doesn't matter what he says, or malicious and therefore doesn't matter what he says. One of the two. Hasan supports Hamas. He doesn't support Palestine. I understand why Asmongold wants to believe that Hasan isn't an evil man, but he is. if Asmongold and Asmongold has stated this before, right? He doesn't watch Hasan's content. If he watched any amount of Hasan's content, he watched the content nuke and it turned his fucking opinion of Hasan around, even though those are very popular clips for anybody who knows anything about Hasan, right? If he did any amount of research, if he just watched some of Hasan's streams off off his own stream, like just sit down and watch some, you'll realize Hasan is not a good man. Hasan does not come from a position of honesty. Hasan is an evil, death-worshipping cultist. That's it. That's all he is.
Of defense. I think that average people will see this and it will radicalize them against Palestine in general. And I hope he understands that. Now, he might disagree with me on this. He might think that's not what he's doing. I think
he knows that's what he's doing. He knows. He's not stupid. He doesn't care. Or he does care, and that's what he means to do. He just knows that it's making him millions.
I think it is. And I think we're going to have to wait and find out and see how many people agree with this and how many don't.
Most people agree with
I think there's a lot of people that have watched the videos of Hasan running defense for terrorist organizations multiple times. He didn't need to do that. And I think that him doing that, the only thing that did was make his position worse. I think it's own goaling. It's own goaling, and I don't know why he's doing it.
Because he's evil. That's it. That's it. Like, Jordan Peterson once said, if you want to know why someone is doing something, look at the end result of their action, if they're successful, right? He said this about Hitler, right? Because some people said, oh, you know, Hitler might have won the war if he had done some things differently. And so Jordan Peterson said, okay, but while losing the war, rather than taking all of the Jewish people in the camps and turning them to military production, he instead began or accelerated the process of extermination. Now, what would this make you think? Did he want to win the war? No, he didn't care. He wanted to exterminate people. He was evil. His actions were evil. So now let's look at Hasan. He is supporting people who support terrorists. He is supporting actual terrorists. Okay. If he is successful, what is the end result? The end result is that the terrorists are successful. So maybe that's what he wants to do. Like, I think this is a very simple thing and to understand, and I think that the only reason Asmon doesn't understand it is because Asmon believes that Hasan is coming at the situation from a position of good faith, and, you know, Asmongold has said before, right? He tries to treat people fairly and be good faith in these arguments, because when the other person isn't good faith, and he is, the audience will see the one of the two is still arguing in good faith, one of the two isn't resorting to insults, one of the two isn't resorting to malicious arguing, and they'll go over to that side, which is completely fair. But at the same time, he also says that if somebody keeps punching you in the face, maybe you need to punch back, right? So I feel like this is kind of the time to start punching back, Asmongold, because Hasan has done nothing but slander Asmongold. He's called him a Nazi. He's called him an anti-free speech guru. He's called arguer. I mean, I was gonna call him a guru. Like, he said all sorts of malicious things about Asmongold, and I feel like it's time for Asmongold to start arguing back with the same heat, because it would be perfectly justified.
Like arguing or getting on stream, I have no intention of arguing and debating with anybody about this.
Of course not.
It's not.
Much less Hasan.
Something that I like doing. I don't find it to be enjoyable.
You'll notice that Hasan only ever tries to debate people who aren't also practiced debaters. You'll notice that very quickly. Like if somebody is an active debater, he will never talk to them. But he wanted to talk to Andrew Tate. Didn't want to talk to Destiny. Didn't want to talk to Steven Crowder. Didn't want to talk to a bunch of other people who are practiced debaters, even though he disagrees with them vehemently. But no, they're not worth the time, even though they usually have bigger platforms than him, or they are on the same level as him. Like, he debated with Andrew Tate at a time where Andrew Tate's popularity was already going down. All he had to do was nothing. But no, he wanted to score the good boy points, and that's why he did that with Mr. Andy Titties himself. That's all Hasan cares about. Hasan only cares about scoring points. That's why he'll never debate. He would never ask to debate Asmongold if he felt that Asmongold stood a chance at standing on the same level as him in a debate.
Enjoyable. I think it's just annoying and
It's
stressful.
malicious. He's a level 60 challenging level 30s to duels. That's all he's doing.
And ultimately, also, I'm not going to engage with this because Hasan is beginning his criticism of me with a misinterpretation.
Malicious misinterpretation.
Yeah, I'm just not. I don't feel like doing that. There's not much to debate. Yeah, there's really not much to debate.
Yeah.
It's either this applies to him or it doesn't.
An alien who is an officer, official, representative, or spokesman of the Palestine Liberation Organization is considered, for purposes of this chapter, to be engaged in terrorist activity. Yep, sounds about right.
It's really just that simple. So,
because one second. Palestine Liberation Organization. So, this is the Wikipedia page for that group. Internationally recognized as the official representative of Palestinian people in both the Palestinian territories and the diaspora. It is currently represented by the Palestinian Authority based in the West Bank. So why are they terrorists right now? Okay. As the officially recognized government of the de jure state of Palestine, it has enjoyed United Nations observer status since 1974. Prior to the Oslo Accords, the PLO's militant wing engaged in acts of violence against both the Israeli military and civilians within Israel and abroad. The United States designated it as a terrorist group in 1987, though a presidential waiver has permitted American PLO contact since 1988. So, yeah, they were deemed terrorists because they engaged in terrorist activity. Got it.
And again, I think that if they want to use the argument and say that...
Oh, wait. Terrorist activity defined. As used in this chapter, the term terrorist means any activity which is unlawful under the laws of the place where it is committed, or which, if it had been committed in the United States, would be unlawful under the laws of the United States or any state, and which involves any of the following: the hijacking or sabotage of any conveyance, including aircraft, vessel, or vehicle, the seizing or detaining and threatening to kill, injure, or continue to detain another individual in order to compel a third person to do or abstain from doing any act as an explicit or implicit condition for the release of the individual seized or detained.
Say that
a violent attack upon an internationally protected person or upon the liberty of such a person. An assassination, the use of any... Okay, yeah.
Well, it might not apply to him.
Definitionally
then,
terrorist.
Yeah, I think he should challenge it as much as he wants. But that's it. Yeah, I think he should challenge it as much as...
What was he saying? Because I was talking over him.
I think that if they want to use the argument and say that, well, it might not apply to him,
then
yeah, I think he should challenge it as much as he wants. But that's it.
But he should challenge the point rather than insult Asmongold. All right, let's see. We've got 2 more videos in this thread. Let's take a look at these.
It always happens. And Hasan says DMing you. Yeah, he is. As
Let
I
him.
said, the thing is that about men's most group dangerous, wrong about legal cause, reading that's about denying a waiver. When someone's legal permanent resident on soil, it's not as constitutional inspections everybody else has. Well, if that's true, then
he wasn't a permanent resident. He was a green card holder.
He should stay.
But see, if that's true, he should stay. It isn't, so he doesn't.
Yeah, and that's really it. I mean, like, I think that they need to decide that in the court, right? And if that's the way that the law works, I mean, I don't really know exactly how the law works. This is what I've heard before.
I mean, yeah, but he wasn't a permanent resident. Hasan is lying.
Or that's it.
And I've seen the clip of Hasan claiming this clip as, see, he agrees with me, so I win. It's like, no, dude, you lied. You lied. Therefore, you lose by default.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in my opinion, by the way, this is still my opinion, I don't want to have anybody in the fucking country that's not a naturalized citizen that's supporting a terrorist organization. And I don't think that we need to afford the full rights of freedom of speech to people that are not even citizens to advocate.
I mean, I don't agree with that, but it is not free speech to give support to violent acts. It's not. It's just not. It's still a crime. So, especially even in the U.S. So the idea that it's a free speech issue for this guy to be arguing, it's not a free speech issue. It's not a free speech issue. It's not.
Advocate for terrorism. I think this is an insane position to have. Now, if Hasan, here's the thing though, if Hasan is right,
If he's not.
if he is right,
If he's
then
not.
he should stay.
Yeah.
I just don't think he is from everything that I've read and I've seen about it.
Yeah. He's not.
That's it.
Like, was Mahmoud, wait, it's 1 second. Let me see here.
What's this here?
Mahmoud Khalil, a American citizen. He has a green card. Okay, so he's got a green card. Green card holders are citizens. Let's see. End of conversation. End of conversation. That's it. That's it, right? Not a citizen, therefore get out.
This, right? And I'm sure Hasan is probably going to watch it anyway. If Hasan is right, then
He's not.
Not only should he not get deported, but he should sue the government for unlawful imprisonment.
If he's not. We
If
just
he's
confirmed
right.
it. We literally just confirmed. Live. Right here, right now. Hasan is not right. Hasan is lying, as always.
I think the law matters a lot.
Yes.
The law is extremely important. And while I may disagree with the law, you have to follow the law. And so I think this needs to be decided in court. From what I've read, from what I've seen, and also, to be fair, ideologically, I want him to fuck out.
Yep.
However, if that's not what the rules say, then he gets to stay.
Agreed. Agreed. If the rules say he gets to stay and speak his mind, then he should get to stay and speak his mind. At the same time, the rules say the opposite. Therefore, get him the fuck out.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can tell Hasan this, right?
Yeah. It's a really simple situation, and Hasan, by virtue of being a what's the word I'm looking for? Ah, yes, a malicious fucktard, loses the argument every time. Now, I know that this video is going to get flooded with bots and Hasan fans calling me the retard. I don't care. Like, drop all the hate. Give me all the hate. Yes, bathe me in it. I don't give a shit. If you are not a Hasan fan, leave a like. I appreciate the support. I'm gonna need it. There's gonna be a lot of dipshits talking shit in the comments. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Cheers.